Hey, remember back in this video when I was like, I'm not even going to talk about co-washing. I'll cover that in a separate video. Well, this is the video. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of co-washing. Co-washing, which is short for conditioner washing, is the process of washing your hair with a conditioner. So no shampoos, clays, or soap bars, just a conditioner and water. Co-washing can be a beneficial addition to your healthy hair regimen, but if not done correctly, it can set your hair goals way back. Let's say you wash your hair once a week. After washing, conditioning, and sealing, your hair feels perfect. It's soft, shiny, flexible, and curly. Your curls are popping. But after 3 days or so, even though your scalp and hair are still clean, your hair looks and feels different. It becomes dry, crispy, brittle, and dull. We can agree that it doesn't make any sense to wash your hair just after 3 days, but you have to do something. You have two options. You can moisturize using the LOC or LCO method, or you can co-wash. Here's a link to a complete 3-part series on everything you need to know about the LOC and the LCO method. Co-washing your hair the right way offers unique benefits that can help your hair thrive, retain its length, and always look and feel the way it did after you washed it. So you co-washed and your hair is back to new. 3 more days pass. Now your scalp is a little dirty and your hair is dry and brittle again. So you co-wash again and your hair is back to being moisturized. 3 more days go by. This time your hair and scalp are both dirty. You love co-washing, so you skip shampoo and you just co-wash again. But this time after co-washing, your scalp itches and your hair feels and looks different. Even though your hair seems moisturized, it's breaking. You also see a lot of gunk under your fingernails after scratching your scalp. Let's take a closer look to see what happened. Let's start with your hair. Here's a hair strand that has just been washed, conditioned, and sealed. You can't see it, but every day that goes by, water evaporates out of your hair until it's dry again. When you co-wash, your hair soaks up the water it needs and gets a new layer of what the conditioner left behind, which helps seal in the moisture. As the days go by, dirt particles from the air easily stick to it, and water continues to evaporate. So you co-wash again. You repeat this cycle over and over again without cleaning your hair with a cleanser. Every time you co-wash, you're adding more residue to your hair because that's what conditioners do. They're made to leave something on your hair. Without washing your hair with a dedicated cleanser, this buildup can clog up your hair strand's cuticles and eventually obstruct your hair's ability to take in moisture. This happens pretty quickly, but it takes a while for you to notice it because the layer of conditioner can give a false impression of moisturized hair. By the time you notice your hair is actually dry under there, it's already breaking. Let's move on to your scalp. Applying a conditioner to your scalp is a huge no-no. Why? Well, first, apart from needing to be cleansed, massaged, and occasionally lubricated with an organic oil, your scalp is very self-sufficient. There's a thin film on your scalp called an acid mantle, which is a mix of sweat and sebum. Here's a link to an interesting video that goes over the science of sebum. Anyway, your acid mantle is special because its acidic pH deters bacteria from growing and taking over. It's thin and allows your pores on your scalp to breathe and take in moisture, which creates a balanced environment. The scalp is a dark environment with less access to fresh air, so a conditioner can suffocate it and clog up your pores. An itchy scalp is an indication of that. On a more serious side, the residue left by a conditioner can eventually obstruct your acid mantle and alter the balanced pH on your scalp. When the pH on your scalp is off, bacteria is free to multiply. This can cause a bad smell, flaking, or even an infection. So please make an effort to stop putting conditioners on your scalp. Here's a few things to pay attention to if you currently do or plan to start co-washing your hair. Pay attention to the ingredients. If you co-wash consistently, try staying away from using conditioners with silicones or proteins. Most silicones are not water soluble, so they can add a suffocating layer to your hair strands that's hard to wash out without the use of harsh detergents. And a lot of conditioners also have protein in them. Protein higher up in the ingredient list is not always needed, so even if you're not co-washing, it's best to stick to a moisturizing conditioner and use a real protein treatment when you feel you need it. This way you can control the amount of protein your hair receives. Silicones and proteins are easy to spot. A protein will most likely be hydrolyzed, so look out for words like hydrolyzed, starch, and of course protein in the ingredient list. And silicones are usually a long word that's hard to pronounce that ends in cone, C-O-N-E. Also, pay attention to the type of products you use. If you usually use a lot of heavy or synthetic products, co-washing may not be as effective for you. Heavy products, especially synthetic ones, can leave a lot of residue on your hair that needs to be washed out. Co-washing can add more residue and dry out your hair even faster. Pay attention to how often you clarify your hair. Cleansing conditioners and co-washing are not enough. Every healthy hair regimen must have some kind of consistent clarifying schedule. Here are some links to some great videos on YouTube. They all use different methods to clarify their hair. Last but not least, pay attention to how your hair behaves. Co-washing can seem great for a while, but your hair can all of a sudden react differently to it. Your hair can also respond differently to co-washing with weather changes, so you may have to make some changes to your regimen. Here are some links to informative videos on hair care tips for summer, fall, and winter. First, before using a conditioner, scritch the buildup on your scalp and preen down the length of your hair strand under warm water. This helps the sebum and products on your hair smooth out and spread evenly around each hair strand, so the conditioner you're about to use can sit on a smoother surface. Here's a link to a video that shows you how to scritch and preen your hair. Take a look at this before and after under a microscope. The left image is an example of how products and sebum usually sit on textured hair. As you can see, products don't distribute evenly. They're thick patches distributed randomly on the surface of your hair. On the right side is an image of hair that has been scritched and preened under warm water. The warm water helps melt the patches of oil, which makes it easier for it to spread when you preen. So the oil is more evenly distributed and is able to fully coat and protect your hair. So after scritching and preening, add a moisturizing conditioner only to the length of your hair. Make a conscious effort to keep it away from your scalp. Wear a shower cap and let it sit while you shower. Then rinse it out. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.